Good afternoon. Welcome to GrainTV. My name is Cody Bills. This is Logan Burgess. Today is Monday the 21st, and we had a bit of a mixed trade here in the grain complex. Let's turn right over to Fire Tip, see where we're at here today. Corn for December trading up 2.5 cents. November soybeans up 12 cents. Wheat in Chicago shedding 6 cents today, and Kansas City wheat trading down 7.5. We did have the first crop progress report in quite some time. Logan, it came out after the market closed, so do you think it'll be market moving?
You know, it may weigh on things a little bit in the overnight session, but it wasn't a huge deviation from what the trade was expecting for this report. Let's take a look at the numbers here in this table. As you can see, 39% of corn and 63% of soybeans reported harvested. That corn number is a little bit light. On average, the trade was looking for 42% harvested. But we have a generally good outlook here for the rest of the week, so not a huge story there on harvested acreage. The one thing, though, that people are going to look at a little bit is that good to excellent rating. If we look at corn here, we now have 60% rated good to excellent. That's up 5% from what we saw from out of the last crop progress report. And soybeans is about a 4% increase on the good to excellent rating. So those two factors, I think, are going to weigh on prices here a little bit. We are getting pretty late in the game for any good to excellent ratings to really hammer on this market. But I think 5% on corn is material. That's an important number to keep an eye on. Should weigh on things a little bit in the overnight session.
And you know, you were mentioning that we're a little bit high in pace in terms of what people were expecting when this report came out for harvested percentage. But when you look at the weather going forward, I don't think there's anything significant this week that's going to hold up harvest. You know, when you look at it, we do have a little bit of rain, we do have a little bit of snow coming into the Midwest, but nothing that really is substantial enough, I think, to move these markets. So really the weather outlook going forward looks quite nice.
Yeah, you know, I think in today's action we saw certainly demand side factors were kind of the driver of the market. Production, people seem relatively comfortable with how big the corn and soybean crops are going to be. So, you know, last week and today it seemed like the focus kind of turned to demand. We saw a good export sale for soybeans reported this morning. That certainly helped the action there. But wheat was a different story. It seemed like we had a little bit of weakness there.
Yeah, you know, we on Friday we had a great story from the Ag Ministry in Argentina, and they were revising their wheat production down from 12 million tons down to 8.8 million tons. Well, news today was that number isn't accurate, and they were going to redo it. And we don't know if they're going to be redoing it this week or next week. They haven't actually announced that yet. But the bottom line is, it looks as though there'll be there was hints as if they'll revise that number higher here. So I think that really started to put a little bit of selling pressure in this wheat market that was really propped up so much by that very bullish story from Argentina on Friday.
Yeah, you know, that $7 mark barely held in today's action. You know, a lot of people have been looking at this kind of area, 742, as an area that wheat could go to. In your mind, is this a game changer, this new announcement out of Argentina?
Well, you know, it certainly puts this 200-day moving average, I think it gives that a whole lot more weight. You know, Brock was talking about this as he thinks it's going to be a significant resistance level on Friday. You know, I thought that, you know, with this news out of Argentina, that would be very bullish, and we might kind of consolidate around it. I think right now what we might end up doing is chopping around this $7 mark, continuing to move sideways here. We do still have some bullish stories out. You know, Canada, transportation, the possibility of strikes up there. There's a number of stories out there that seems to be continuing to add bullish support for wheat. But this is definitely a disappointment when we were looking at this Argentina story. It's very bullish. Turns out, you know, it may not be that bullish.
Right. Yeah. You know, I think corn, soybeans, and wheat really right now kind of seem like they're looking for direction. We might be getting some of that on Thursday by way of the export sales report. Certainly, as we haven't had a lot of information as it relates to export sales over the last 3 weeks, so we're going to be getting quite a bit of that on Thursday. We'll keep you posted on that here on GrainTV. And then the next major event for the grain market is going to be that November 8th USDA WISE report. As we know, the October report has been canceled. So both of those reports, I think Thursday and then November 8th, are two reports that are hopefully going to give this market some direction, as it really seems like right now the demand story is kind of the driver.
Yeah, I would say that's absolutely true. I would suspect that there may be fireworks here on Thursday when we get a little bit more clarity as to what sort of sales went on when the government wasn't shut down. Other than that, guys, that wraps up today's show. If you have any questions about what we talked about, give us a call at 877-472-4607. Remember, you can follow us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, @GrainTV is our handle. Thanks a lot for tuning in. We'll see you here tomorrow.